scoot over.
Yo.
Hey, y'all.
We in the building. We are live. What's going on? Let us know that the audio is on point, that the video is clear, and that we are live and working right now.
Working.
Let's go. What else we got going on today?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing today?
How do I tag?
Is it going,
I'm not sure if I can.
is your Wednesday going well? I hope your Wednesday is going well. You know that? My Wednesday has been hectic, but it has been fun and invigorating. Is that a word that I can use? Can you use invigorating to describe your day? I think you
Absolutely.
can. But anyways, I hope you guys have had an amazing day today. Whatever day it is that you see this video, if it's not the day that we recorded. If you're watching a replay, make sure you hashtag replay.
Hey, how's it going?
Uh,
You looking for Dream Machine? Yeah, he's on the next building over.
Oh, appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Y'all like that?
That happens
This
all
is
the time.
real raw.
This is raw, and that's what happens when you live.
What's up?
What up?
This is just
Alright,
that's
so
just what
I just
happened when you're
tagged you.
live. And you know what though? Here's the thing. Like I said, that is an example
good.
of how my day has gone today. Like just that guy just came in randomly. Like that's how my day has gone today. I had nothing on my schedule this morning, and then everything just like just happened, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you ready to start the show?
I'm ready.
Are we ready
Are
for
you
more
done with your
more
hair yet?
randomness?
Are you done?
Yeah, it's luxurious.
Is it right?
It's luxurious.
Golly.
Yeah, sure. I should have combed my beard, but you ready? Hey, yo, what up? It's Kevin with KVLmedia, and these are the idea blueprints. I'm sitting down with Miss Vernice Conceited Bell in the building.
What's up?
What's going on?
Hey y'all, I'm Vernice. How y'all doing out there today? Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is another episode of Idea Blueprints. Today we're going to be talking about branding and storytelling. Welcome to the show. We in the building. What's good?
Absolutely.
What's going on today?
Today, well, first let me say this, y'all, because he was distracting me with his hair, because I was trying to get my life together. he was doing that, but I am so happy to be here with you guys today, and I hope you get some great nuggets from this information that we're about to share with you guys, because ultimately the goal is right to give you information that's gonna uplift, innovate, and elevate your brand. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that you is in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why was you just looking at me like that? Like,
We got to make sure that the brand is right.
yeah.
Classmate clowning me, say, "Comb your beard, bro." Yeah, I do. I do need to. I
You
peep
know,
that,
like,
but,
I think,
it's
what, next
all
time,
good.
I'm probably just going to comb it for
Yeah.
him next time. Y'all
I'm gonna
know?
take care of that.
I'm going to have to pull out my cosmetology skills from back in the day.
They didn't come here for this. They
and
came
it's-
for branding and storytelling.
Well, that's part of your brand, your
So,
beard.
what is branding and storytelling?
Branding is how you how you identify yourself, right? So how you see yourself, how other people see you, and how you intend for them to see you. So you want to control the narrative in all those three avenues. You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
everybody has a personal persona of a personal viewpoint of how they see themselves, right? We see ourselves this way. We might look in the mirror and be like, "Oh, I need to do this and I need to do that." But other people don't necessarily see you that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's what branding is. It's controlling the narrative for your story, your movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's the storytelling component of that?
So the storytelling component, and I think it works in several different aspects, but the storytelling component of it is, let's start with this. There's two different avenues. You have storytelling capabilities as far as like imagery is concerned, and the other side is the storytelling portion of with words.
Right.
So how do you articulate with words versus how you articulate with your images? And I think both of those together make powerful brands.
Absolutely. And the reason that we wanted to kind of sit back and talk to you guys is because we're both in the media, marketing, branding fields and different aspects of it. And what's really important is to really understand what your story is and how you're positioning your brand to the market. Visually, What we do is we work with different brands to do their photography, their video, etc. And Vernice is doing a lot with the graphic designs, website development, and the consulting aspect of it for how you're pitching and sharing your brand with the masses. So we really wanted to kind of dive down deep into branding and storytelling and answer any questions of anybody that's watching online right now to really kind of showcase how to best do that. So, of course, starting off,
Yes.
you probably should brush your beard when you're coming on Facebook Live. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't really. I'm just gonna jump on live and keep it
But
real
you
with y'all.
have on a nice shirt today, and you had on a nice shirt the last episode. You know, so I
Button this
feel,
up real quick.
I feel
Go
like
Knights.
you know,
UCF shirt.
you
All
giving
right.
yourself a hard time, but you really you stepped it up.
Yeah.
You know, and then we're not going to talk about the hair today, but how you show up actually is a part of your brand. So you come through, as far as like the Kevin brand, you come through very authentic. You come through very, this is me. But no matter who I am, I'm going to make the best version of you stand out. And it shows impeccably through your work. You know what I mean? Like people can actually see that your translation of who you see them being is so powerful, and I think that's why would yeah excuse me, I think that's why telling the story from an image standpoint for you is so powerful, because you see people differently than them say themselves. Maybe what do you think?
Absolutely. I think you touched on a very important part of that, which is authenticity. When you're coming across with your branding and your storytelling, you want it to be very authentic. You want it to be who you are. Can you speak a little bit more on that?
Like for me, okay, part of who I am is always making sure that, I try to, this is, I don't try, this is really just me. But here's the thing, most of the time my mom picks out my clothes. I just need y'all to know that. This is like, I love my mom. She picks out most of my stuff. But that is my image. So if I was to show up and I was dressed less than my best, everybody would be like, "Is there something wrong with you? You know what I mean? What's going on? Are you okay?" Because that's not part of my image. You know what I mean? That's not part of my brand or who I am, and I don't show that. It's very precise but authentic at the same time. So
Absolutely.
when you get me to the core, and I have, and talking about like my brand specifically with 1843. I have the unique ability to translate engineer talk to people so that you can get it on a DNA level. You know
Right.
what I mean? So, and I think you do that with images too. Like you
Absolutely.
translate like how somebody looks in front of you into this is who they are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what really kind of separates storytellers
Mm,
is to really be able to capture the authentic self of somebody.
mm-hmm,
Because what I found is that even people that come in and step in front of my camera, they want to give off this persona that's not naturally them.
mm-hmm,
And really, what my job is to break them out of that shell,
mm-hmm.
to showcase the best version of them in an authentic way, as you kind of described before. And sometimes people don't even know what that authentic self is,
True.
which is a message in and of itself.
Yes.
Being able to do that and navigate that persona to be
Mm-hmm.
able to share it, it's going to create more of a better audience for that person. So that's really what we try and do.
Let me ask you this. So for the people who may, for the people out there in the internet world who don't have an amazing Kevin Lawson, right, with KVL Media, how, if they're getting ready to go and get headshots or photographs done, what are some tips that they can do to get ready so that they can actually try to become themselves, come across authentic on the camera? What's some tips they can do? Some things.
So we have a couple different blog posts on our website. So make sure you guys go and check out kvlmedia.com and click on the blog to how to prepare for a photo session, what to wear for a headshot session, et cetera, et cetera. Um, but the key to any quality photo shoot is to make sure that you come across as confident and approachable. A lot of us creatives, and we were talking about this earlier,
Mm-hmm.
we're introverts.
Yeah.
However, being online and being in person, the best way to kind of get new clients and network and stuff like that online is to be two things. You want to be confident and
Yes.
you want to be approachable.
Yes.
So, um, The way to do that is to be really engaging with your eye contact, be really pleasant with your smiles and things like that, and trying not to overthink how you look or how you feel, and just kind of being as natural as possible. So, as you're looking into the camera or looking into the lens or having a conversation, whether it's a video or a podcast,
Mm-hmm.
um, just being really, really confident in what you're saying,
Mm.
be approachable, smiley, bubbly, because people want to connect with you more. So those are two different things. Being very confident and approachable is two very quality things that you want to bring to your photo shoot. In addition, you want to make sure that your wardrobe matches your brand.
Okay.
Um,
So wait, what does that mean? Does that mean their colors have to match their brand colors, or are you just saying like it needs to match an identity? So style.
the identity more so.
Okay.
So matching your brand colors is I recommend it sometimes.
Okay.
Of course, because you got to think about how you're going to be utilizing your photos and where you're going to be posting them. But it should really match your industry and your style. So if you're a lawyer and you want to approach high-end clients, you might not want to wear a t-shirt and jeans to your photo shoot.
Probably
Um,
not.
you're probably going to want to be suit and tied because that's the industry standard for that industry.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a creative, it might not come across well if you have a suit and tie on. If you're a little bit more laid back, but
This is true.
you always want to be a little bit better than what you would wear on a day to day to work. However, you don't want to be too far
I don't
on
know.
one
I feel
side.
like, listen, I feel like my day to day is camera ready. Like I feel that way. I feel like my day to day, like, like take the picture right now. Like, boom. You see that? I'm playing y'all, but really, I really agree with everything that you're saying. And ladies, here's one quick tip I can tell you: don't clench your teeth, because I know that like when I'm working as a creative and I'm being in, if I show up to the photo shoot with my client or something like that, I notice that you guys always clench your teeth, and what that does is make your face look shorter. And when it looks shorter and more round, you don't get that great effect. So one thing that I love to do is take my tongue and put it at the roof of my mouth. That helps me elongate my neck as well as not clenching my teeth. Because people always ask me, how do you smile like that? What is that pose about? And it's really, those are two secrets that I tell you
Yeah.
guys.
And actually, the opposite is true for men. Um,
Oh,
Clenching the back of your teeth
mm-hmm.
creates a strong jawline
Wow.
that makes it a lot more chiseled as well. So,
I
um,
just learned something new.
yeah. So, and then
We got
everybody that comes in, they know about the peacock as well.
subtract.
It's all about the shaping of your face and things like that.
What's
So,
the peacock?
um, peacock is when you relax your shoulders and you push
Mm.
your face forward. It gives you a focus on the face, and then, well, it gets rid of all of these lines. So I call it the
Mm.
peacock.
Thank
I
you.
ain't trademarked it yet. If
You
y'all
need to
ain't know
trademark
any
that. Stop
trademark
telling people.
attorneys,
Erase that part.
yeah,
Delete that.
yeah, go ahead and edit that part out. But yes, she
Yeah.
does. First
So
camera ready. Always
thanks.
looking fabulous. All right, Crystal got the compliments going
Oh,
on.
hey, boo.
Patty says, "Have either of you worked with branding through podcasting? Have you done any podcasting?"
Actually, I have done some podcasting, and it's actually pretty fun, to be honest. It's actually fun, and it's the thing is when you're doing podcasts, your voice has to be animated. You have to have inflection in your voice. You have to be able to tell the story so that people actually want to listen to your story. They want to listen to your podcast. And let me tell you this: a lot of times, here's the thing. Here's what I tell people: if you cannot absorb, watch, be in tune with your own content, chances are nobody else is. You know what I mean? Like that's a real thing. If you don't admire your own work, you really need to go and actually perhaps train your voice. For instance, like I'm live with you guys now and I'm being authentic so you guys get me. But when I'm on podcast, I bring my voice down to make sure that I'm not squeaky and to make sure that people can hear me clearly. You know what I
I
mean?
heard you switching to the radio voice right
It's
there. That
more of
was
a power voice. You know what I'm
Hot
saying?
97.
Hot 97.
late night jams
Not no
voice.
late night, midday.
That's what it was. That's what your voice switched to.
Whatever. Anyways, so y'all listen. So you wanna bring your voice down an octave. You also want to slow down, intentionally slow down, so that people can hear what you're saying, so that they take a moment to engage and listen and actually be present with you, even though it's through a podcast. So those are some tips that you can use for a podcast as far as like creating a brand. Your inflection in your voice, your animation, your personality, and you have to really go over the top, like you wouldn't do in video, because there's some things that happen on video that doesn't happen when you're on the podcast.
So I think when we talk about branding and storytelling, a lot of people are thinking about their personal brand. What's a good way if you don't have, if you have a product? I know that you deal a lot with product branding, e-commerce sites, and things like that. What's a good way of storytelling for a physical brand and where you're not promoting your personal self?
And you have a physical product, an
Right.
actual product. So the thing that I tell my clients when I'm working with them as far as like promoting their e-commerce brand is to tell a story with the product, is to show people what the results of using their products are. Like, don't try to sell them. Nobody wants to be sold, right? So you have to put yourself in the consumer perspective, because a lot of times as entrepreneurs in the technician mind frame, that means the creator mindset, you're so focused on creating and make sure it's amazing, etc. So when you engage with your customer, then you're engaging like that, like the creator. This product is amazing because I did this, this, and this. No, they want to know what is the result of using your products. So how is it going to make their skin feel? How can they use the products in their home? What is the result of using your product?
All right.
That's what people want to know. And that's one of the key things that I think are going to be the difference between a personal brand and selling yourself and then selling the product. When you're selling a product, you're not actually selling a product, you're selling the result.
And I think I want to take it a step further as well.
Let's go.
With the storytelling
I'm here for it.
about your personal brand. I think speaking on two things, the problem as well as the solution that your product provides.
Yes.
So the key to any story is what problem is your product or service solving?
Agreed.
And understanding that story is going to connect with your potential client.
Agreed.
So regardless of, we got Crystal on here, Miss Bella's in the building. Who else we got? We got Mr. Lawson. Who else has some products
You're
on
Mr.
the
Lawson.
building?
Oh, Doug. Hi, Doug.
Doug, yeah. Daphne just hopped on. Gina's in the building. So, really understanding what problem it is that you're solving, and then yeah, really understanding what the problem is that you're solving, and really digging down into the problem and making it bigger than people might actually perceive it as.
Right.
And then what your brand does and how you tell the story of your brand is how you get around to solving that problem. So I think that's a big component in
For products. People with
storytelling
products.
with products as well. So
I agree. And there's definitely a I'm not going to tell y'all this online because you got to book the service, but there's definitely a way to build your story so that you have engagement as well as hit the pain points, like you said, and deliver the full circle as a result of this specific product. So,
and speaking of engagement, I really appreciate everybody's comments and things like that. If you are watching, if it's benefiting you, go ahead and share it. But we really want to answer some questions too. We really want this to be a conversation.
yes.
So go ahead and jump in as well. Storytelling on websites.
Whoa. Okay. So, let me tell you guys the difference between product-based websites and personal brand websites. When you have a product-based website, that becomes your store. I cannot say this enough. Your store, your e-commerce store is the same as a physical brick and mortar. It's just online. You want to make sure it's clean, it's precise, and people can get to the products. I can't tell you how many times, especially in this last week, I've clicked on a product and I go to the website and I can't find it. Oh, look at that. We're live. But listen, Kevin's going to fix that. But I go to somebody's website and I click on a link. I click on a link from their Instagram or Facebook, and it takes me to some random page, and it's got a bunch of products. It's not even listing the product that I wanted to buy. So the thing with an e-commerce site, and when you're telling the story, you want to be very clear and precise. There should be a portion of your website that tells about the products and the benefit of your products, but immediately you want them to see the pictures clearly. You want them to see which products and the variations of products. And I feel like in the user experience, which is where I focus, user experience, you want to make sure that it's seamless. You want to make sure that they can click and get there. And then what you can do is from your website, if you click on your product, share that link to the product you're talking about. So for instance, if I wanted to sell this jacket in my e-commerce store, right? I would go to this jacket, get the direct link to this jacket, post me in the picture with this jacket with the link that takes them to this jacket. You want to make sure they don't have to think about it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So that's a whole, like, we could do a whole show about that. But
Absolutely.
that's just to give y'all a nugget about the e-commerce side. Now on the personal brand side, I say this to people who have a personal brand. The life and the length and the trajectory of your business is directly related to how vulnerable you're willing to be, because your story doesn't belong to you. You went through what you went through, and now it's time for people need to know, besides your degrees, besides your certifications, etc., people need to know, why are you the best person for them to come to? How can they, like you said, how can they identify with you? Because that's who they're going to be more drawn towards. So I'm not talking about, we tell dignified stories. So I'm not talking about bashing people. Tell your story in a way that doesn't hurt or bash anybody else, but also lets you speak from a place of vulnerability.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that people can connect with you authentically.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's very important in building a personal brand.
Mm-hmm.
I think another thing that I want to touch on, and it was kind of going along with what you were saying about having something on your website and it being easily found. I
Mm-hmm.
think continuity within your brand is very important.
Yes.
When you're looking at storytelling, when you're making a decision on the messaging that you're going to put out into the universe, into the internet, into the community, make sure that there's continuity with everything that you're doing. From your imagery to your videos to your copy on your website to the posts that you're making, make sure that continuity, like Jessica says, is key.
Yeah,
because you want to,
yeah.
yeah, you want to set the expectations. Hold on. You want to make sure that you're setting the proper expectations and that people can follow along, because they're building a relationship with you. They're engaging with your post. They're looking for the next thing that you're doing. They're opening your newsletter through email.
Mm-hmm.
They're watching your lives, and you want to make sure that your messaging and the way that you deliver that messaging is cohesive
Yes.
to your brand. So whether you're putting messaging on your website, whether it's on your social media profile, whether it's on your flyers or business cards,
Mm-hmm.
you want to make sure that it's all kind of connected
Yes.
through your logo, through your colors on your website, through everything. You want to make sure that it's cohesive as well.
And I was going to ask you, can you, because I know people, when you hear the word continuity, right? To us, we get it because we're in branding. Can you explain a little bit more about what continuity in itself actually is for these?
So I'm gonna use a film analogy. You ever watching a movie and somebody's drinking a glass of water?
Like I'm watching a movie and I'm staying awake through the whole time?
Yeah, absolutely. You've never done that? You're one of those people.
Yeah.
All right, so you slide to the side because you're not useful in this
Y'all see
part.
how he judging me? But I
But if
have
y'all
been
out there, if y'all
okay.
have ever watched a movie and you're watching it and somebody's drinking a glass of water, and in one scene the water is half empty, and then the next scene it's completely full. Somebody wasn't doing their job to make sure that the shots
Oh.
have continuity.
Uh-huh.
They mean that they match from shot to shot, from scene to scene.
You mean like in that one show, the Thought Show that everybody was watching. What's the name of it? The Thought TH something they was posting. Anyways, there was the Starbucks cup on the table. You don't remember that?
Oh, I did say something about that. Game of Thrones?
Oh, yeah, that they was. I
Game of
thought it was the
Thrones.
Thought Show. The Gotch GOT.
GOT, Game of
I thought
Thrones.
it was HOT. Sorry. Anyways,
You must have been asleep on that part.
I didn't watch it, so
All right,
I don't
cool.
know. But yeah, so that's what you mean. Like there was a scene, and then they came back to the same scene, and then there was the Starbucks cup on the table, right?
Right. And it happens all the time in different movies, and there's mistakes. Like they'll be eating a sandwich, and they go from eating a full sandwich to a half sandwich and back to a full sandwich. Like,
Wait,
it happens a lot in movies and TV shows.
what is that movie that just came out, and it was with the guy who his mother was actually the lady from Bill Cosby was on there, Claire Huxtable. She was on it, and it's a new movie that just came out on Netflix. But Claire Huxtable was the mother to this son. Stop it. She was the mother to the son, but they set her up with this other lady. Then the son ended up robbing her. And there was something about the ashtray and some Hennessy or something like that. Cognac. Anyways, that movie, when the girl had a
remember the
horrible
Hennessy?
wig, and then
Out of everything. You
Hennessy and
remember that?
cigarettes, because he told her, go get me some cognac. That's what I remember. I watched that movie. It took me like 2 times, but I finally saw the whole thing.
But the moral of the story is don't make those same mistakes.
Yes, that Tyler
Perry
Perry movie, Jessica.
Tyler Perry movie.
It was a Tyler Perry movie. I'm telling you. I don't remember the name of it, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't remember the name of it. But anyways, it was the continuity, as he was talking about, was horrible in it.
And that's what you got to kind of look out for. So,
A Fall from Grace. Thank you,
Fall from
love.
Grace.
You know what,
Yeah.
Jessica? Me and
All
you
right.
right here, honey.
real MVPs on the
thank
building.
you.
All right.
I appreciate
Alright.
you. You know, because he was
Alright.
trying to, and then, but you came through, Jessica. So, bye.
There it is. All right. Everybody saying it. Everybody.
Thank
knows.
you. Y'all, you look
I
how,
gotta go
you
see
know
Fall
what?
from Grace. I
Y'all
ain't
know
never
what?
seen it.
I appreciate y'all for supporting me, okay? Because he was over here trying to give me a hard time. I need some hearts for y'all. Listen, thank you. Okay. Anyway.
You finished? You done?
No, thank you guys. I love you all. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done now. I'm done.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so continuity is definitely key. Making sure that you're consistent with your messaging, with your branding, and with everything like that.
I agree.
What else are we talking about today?
So, okay, wait. Let me say one more thing too. When we're talking about your logos, make sure that you go to somebody, and when they give you your logo, they give you one that fits on Facebook. They give you one that fits for your website. They give you one that fits for maybe your profile or your YouTube, because it's not all the same size. And there's nothing worse than somebody charging me $1,000 for a product and their image of their logo is distorted. It's like I can't trust you. $1,000 worth.
And I think that goes very deep into understanding your distribution channels
Ooh.
and the platforms that you're going to be on.
Whoa.
So storytelling is very important, that it's unique to where you're going to be telling that story.
Right.
So telling a story on LinkedIn is very different than telling a story on YouTube, which
Let's
is
talk
very
about that.
different than telling a story on Instagram, which is very different than TikTok and Facebook and
Do
things
you
like
have
that.
a TikTok?
I do.
Do you be TikToky? Who's next? Let me see.
I'm gonna do a little bit more. You know, I'm gonna do a little bit
I'm
more.
gonna watch your TikToks.
I wanna do a little bit
I
more.
gotta find him on TikTok now. I have no TikTok, y'all.
You know what I want to do? You seen the one with the dog?
No.
And he'd be like, "Hey, what's your name?"
No.
Ezekiel. What's your name?
That's the dog? No.
Yeah, it was the dog was talking.
I haven't seen it.
You gotta watch it. It's gonna be funny. I would
Yeah.
watch it on I would show to you now, but I ain't gonna waste these people
Okay.
time.
Okay.
Y'all
Sorry.
seen the
You know
TikTok?
what?
Y'all,
Anyways, so listen, hush. Listen. So what I'm finna say, what I was about to say is
like
like
it ain't my show.
when he was
Don't be
talking
telling
about.
me hush on my show.
Listen, can I talk to them?
Yeah, do your thing. I'm gonna be over here chilling.
Golly, I was
Y'all seen
trying
the boys? We've been watching. I was watching the boys. Let me go back to turning that on.
I was trying to tell the people about how to use each day. I'm so through with you.
Yes,
I
we're
was
here.
trying to tell y'all, right? I was trying to tell you all how to use or some tips for using each platform because, like you said, it is very different. So, how would you use Facebook versus Instagram?
Let's get some feedback. How would you guys use your social media platforms differently? What are you guys thinking?
Mm,
What's the difference between Facebook and Instagram? What's the difference between YouTube? And give them a second.
okay.
Yeah. Moment of silence.
You told me
It's
to give them a
difficult
second.
for
I'm
you.
waiting for them.
Hmm?
I'm waiting to see what they say.
Yeah.
Y'all, come on. Because you know what
Somebody
I'm
can't
thinking
stop
about?
talking.
I'm
That's what
thinking
it is.
about you didn't.
Moment of silence. No, no, you
You were
go ahead
supposed
and
to
keep
have
talking.
brownies today.
No, I didn't. No, it
Yes,
wasn't.
you was. Watch the last show. Rewind it.
Lies. I didn't even watch the last show.
Yeah. Rewind it.
All
You
right,
said
all
yes.
right, all right. Anybody got your hand raised? No?
No.
All right. The social distance learning is not working. So let's go ahead and give you guys. So what's the answer?
uh,
What was the question?
it's what is how to use Facebook versus Instagram for 1,000? Is that how Jeopardy
Got
goes?
you, got you, got you.
For 1,000.
1,000. What is
$1,000.
um
What
okay,
is
so the categories of I was
so
gonna try and do it, but
it ain't
I
working?
don't even really watch Jeopardy like that. So
Um,
um
I used to feel like I was gonna go on there, like, but I can't remember the answers. What is so in the category social media for 1,000, and the question is that how it goes? What do you post on Instagram? What do you post on Instagram?
I don't think that's how Jeopardy works. I don't think that's how it works.
I think that's how it works.
But so
Anyways,
we're going back to distribution and how
okay.
the different channels um, take content differently, right? Um, we have to know what the limitations and the pros of each platform is.
I agree.
So with Instagram, for example,
Mm-hmm.
when you're making a post, um, you want to make sure that the post, if it's a video post and it's in the stream, you want to make sure that it's anywhere between 0 seconds to 60 seconds, and then that way you'll have that video posted into the news feed or the stream for
On
Instagram.
Instagram?
And then in addition to that, if you want it to be on your IGTV, it could be anywhere between 0 minutes to 10 minutes. And then if you're posting on Instagram into your stories, it can't be more than 15 seconds. And then you want to make sure that you're looking at the different aspect ratios, et cetera, et cetera. On an Instagram story, it's 16 by 9. On the Instagram in the news feed, it's 1 by 1, or I believe it's 4 by 5 is best on that platform, you know? Um, YouTube is more directed towards long form content and answering questions.
Mm-hmm.
So the type of content that you put out is going to be different. YouTube is the second largest search platform that there is behind Google, and of course, YouTube is owned by Google. So a lot of the content that you want to put on YouTube is searchable content,
Did y'all hear that?
answering questions, et cetera, et cetera.
He just gave y'all $1 million tip right there. I want
Absolutely.
you guys to know that. And let me tell you guys this. We joke a lot, but he is really dedicated to making sure you guys get some valuable content. And as and to prove that, he just told you that YouTube is the second largest search engine after Google. So if you're smart and you're listening, then you know to go and create a YouTube and put that video content.
Absolutely. You definitely want to create a YouTube, and you definitely want to. And this is things that I sit down with my clients and I do consultations for when they're coming up with their content strategy, their content calendar, and their plans and everything like that. The big component of YouTube is you're going to want to empower people. You're going to want to create engaging content. You're going to want to answer questions, um, make all of your videos relevant in search engine optimization. So if they're looking for, hey, how do I make soap? Um, Crystal Bella with Bella Bars. It would
This
be a
is how you
good
make soap.
it'd be a good video to make. Is this is how I make soap, all natural soap. You
Yes.
know, you don't have to give them your secret ingredients and everything like that. Of course, that's unique to your brand.
Right.
But being able to do that and show somebody that, maybe they'll look at that and be like, you know what? I'm gonna leave that to her.
I'm
She
just gonna
makes some
buy
amazing
some.
soap. I'm just gonna buy it from her. And
Yeah.
it's interesting because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Is no matter how much I tell people of the different things of um, how they can promote their, or how they can take pictures, what lighting to use, and things like that.
Hmm.
What that creates is it makes me an authority
Yes.
in the industry.
Yes.
So then that creates the trust of clients to use me as an expert in the field
Ooh.
because they know that I know what I'm doing. So it's interesting to with the dynamic of what happens is you're giving away free information to people
Hmm.
that typically people would be scared to do because they feel like it's going to impact their business in a negative way, because when you tell somebody how to do something, they're going to up and do it themselves. But the fact is that those people are not your customers anyway.
True.
What you're doing is you're positioning yourself as an authority, as an expert, and the people that are looking to spend their money with an expert are going to come to you because you know what you're talking about.
So
So
what you're saying is people shouldn't be afraid to go on YouTube and actually talk about the things that they actually do
absolutely,
because they are positioning themselves
as
as the authority
the
in their
authority.
field.
Absolutely. So
Boom.
then the customers are willing to not only use you and come to you first, but they're willing to spend more money with you because you know what you're doing and you can expand their brand in different ways, in different aspects. So
Powerful.
very, very, very much so. And
Very
then
powerful.
Facebook, I think it's a combination between some of the different platforms. Facebook has been around for a very long time. So you can get around on Facebook with everything from short content and photos to long form content and things like that. Um, Facebook is a platform that's very shareable as well. So you want to make sure that the content that you're posting is shareable. And you want to make sure that you're testing out a lot of different types of content as well.
Yes.
So
I agree. I agree with everything that he just said, and I have nothing to add to that. That was amazing.
that is. All right.
Powerful. That was powerful information right there, guys.
So storytelling, 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 storytelling is the key to your success as a business owner.
And actually doing the YouTube videos and talking about your brand and what product you're making or whatever, that is actually part of your storytelling.
Absolutely.
So that actually fits in telling your story. When we say storytelling, we don't just mean I was born in Florida. I grew up in Florida. My life was horrible. Now it's great. We don't mean like that. Storytelling is guiding your customer who has no clue who you are. They could be from Iceland and they want to purchase something that you have, or do business with you with your service or whatever. And they want to know more about you because they don't live in your city. They don't live in your community. They want to know perhaps what you eat. Do you actually work out? Are you a clean person? Like they might want to, who knows what these people want to know. But by you sharing your story on different platforms and in different ways that they can absorb your story, then that makes you the subject matter expert for them. That makes you their go-to person. That makes you the authority in whatever field you're standing in. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and it's not all stuffy, being stuffy, guys. Maybe it's you went to Starbucks. This is what I like at Starbucks. To us it may seem like pathetic. Not to us. It may not even pathetic. It might seem like, why are you telling us you went to Starbucks? But to somebody who is in Iceland, right? And they don't know you, they might be like, oh, this person likes Starbucks. I like Starbucks. Or I wish I could go to Starbucks. Okay, let me see what else is happening with them. And then
Exactly.
engaging your brand that way. So it's about creating multifaceted ways that people can engage with you and learn about who you are.
Absolutely.
You know, and I and
And to
I
take it to two different steps forward as well.
okay, what's up?
Um, so it creates that personal connection
Mm,
with people
yes,
because you like Starbucks, I like Starbucks.
Starbucks.
You like cats, I like cats.
Okay.
You like dogs, I like
I
dogs.
like dogs.
You like the color red,
I like red.
I like red.
It's a power move, I think.
I mean, I'd really rather go with blue
You
or
know,
black, but
it's red. It's
you
popping
know,
and they don't care
but the
what he
red,
say.
the red is popping.
You see
But
my
what
red
that
shoes
does
though?
is it, yeah, I seen those. I
Them
seen
red shoes
those.
is popping.
Yeah, they popping.
I'm gonna show a picture later.
So it's two things. It creates that personal connection, and we got down talking to the red popping pumps, and I forgot what the second thing was, but it
These
creates.
aren't pumps though. These are high heels, stilettos. They're not pumps.
What's the difference between? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We'll get back to it actually because it
It's
does
part of
matter.
branding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Pumps is for a little.
a little pump. Yeah, that's a
That's
stiletto.
a
That's a
pump.
high.
This is stiletto, baby.
Okay, gotcha.
Little skinny, little tall heel. That's a stiletto.
There it is.
Pump is like pow, pow. You know,
Yeah,
like they
gotcha.
wear at church.
Oh,
The ushers.
yeah. Top of mind awareness.
What?
Yeah. I was just ignoring whatever you were saying because it didn't really matter.
Yes, it did. My ladies out there know what I'm talking about, and they already done showed me some love today. So whatever.
So creating that personal connection for your brand is key for storytelling, but also top of mind awareness.
Yeah.
So as you're on video or as you're on content, people are connecting with you because they're remembering, hey, you do this, and when they see that. That's an instant referral for somebody else
Yes.
as well. So
Yes.
not only are you building that personal connection, hey, I'm going to Starbucks. Hey, I'm going to the car dealership. Hey, I'm going to the beach. Whatever it is, people connect with you on that way because people look for that commonality. But also because you're putting out that content consistently, you're reminding people, hey, I'm out here. This is what I'm doing. This is my business. Spend money with me.
Thank you.
So creating that top of mind awareness. So
Agreed.
as you're talking about your fashion and pumps and everything like that, people are more connected with you as, oh, okay, I'm gonna work with Vernice because when she refers me to Kevin, she's gonna tell me, okay, well, you need to wear some red pumps. This is what's gonna match with it. This is how your hair and makeup's gonna be and everything like that. Because not only are you knowledgeable about branding and website building and things like that, but you're also knowledgeable about styling and fashion and everything like that, so really to where people can create their best selves, best version of themselves on camera, so that they know the difference between stilettos and pumps and heels and whatever
Yes.
else people do,
Yes.
to make sure that it fits your brand as well.
Agreed.
So
All of that. Look at you. You on a roll today.
what we do?
I was a little nervous earlier because you couldn't get your dress right or whatever you had going on over there. But
That's what we
you
doing.
done came through today. I'm
That's what
telling
we
you.
doing. That's what we doing.
That's what happened.
So we had a couple more comments.
what's
Let's
up?
see. We got Jessica in the building. When pitching to brands as an influencer, what are some tips to make your story and brand stand out and more appealing to landing brand campaigns?
Wow. Okay. So
a
Jessica,
good question.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So Jessica, I don't know really what your business is, but I'm gonna answer this in a broad spec. Do you know what she does?
So she's asking about an influencer. So pitching.
Oh, as an influencer.
As an influencer.
Strictly. Okay.
Right.
So the thing about an influencer is that that's your personal brand. It's your personal identity. What I would say is choose a portion of you that you really want to share and highlight that extremely. Also find within that story that you want to highlight like personal aspect of you. Maybe it's athletic, maybe it's the mom, maybe whatever it is. Create a little niche inside of your brand that specifically highlights that, and then tell a story that you're willing to be vulnerable with, because that's what's going to make you different. The only thing that makes us different is our stories and what we've been through and how we perceive them, right? So you want to make sure that your story is yours. And the best way to do that is come from a sense of a position of vulnerability. So, as an influencer, what products do you want to be able to affiliate with and sell? How does your story align with their brand? And let me tell you guys something. Tell you guys this: when you position yourself to pitch to any brand, do the research on them, because the company wants to know what you know about them and how you can help them. So you got to look at it from a little bit of a different perspective, right? Because I know a lot of times it's still people as the entrepreneur are looking from the inside out. This is what I can do, and this is what I can do for you. This is what I can do for you. But or no, this is what you could do for me. This is what you could do for me. How can you help me? How can you pay me, right? But if you say, this is how I can help your company, this is why my story aligns with your company. For instance, if I was going to do with Fubu, right? The what's that man name? Damon Johns. So Damon Johns from Fubu. I could identify with his story because he started in the basement with one t-shirt, right? I started sewing when I was in high school, and I started with basically the same or similar, where I had to borrow a sewing machine so I could sew things. So if I was going to pitch to his brand, I already know those things. So I can say, I know about your story. I know how you got started. This is how I got started and why I'm so passionate about what I do. And this is how I can help your brand. This is why I'm the best person for your brand, because I have a core belief on your success and how we can bring it to others. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I
So,
think it goes back to what we were saying before. What problem are they dealing with, and
yes,
what's the solution?
yes,
What problem is a brand dealing with? They want more sales, they want more awareness about their products, but the bottom line is profitability. How are you, as an influencer, bringing profitability to their business?
right.
So, when pitching a brand as an influencer, the way to kind of tell your story and make yourself stand out more is to position yourself in a way that your story creates a solution for that brand.
Yes,
And you want it to be specific in an industry.
yeah,
So, as an influencer, you want to be a specialist in an industry, whether it's hair or makeup or fashion or photography or fitness or extreme sports.
yeah,
You want to make sure that you're showcasing, one, how you live completely in this arena, in this industry, and two, how you have a following of people that are paying attention to you.
yes,
An influencer has to have influence
yeah.
for them to create a sustainable business
Business, right,
out of being an influencer.
right.
You have to be influencing people. You have
Right.
to have an influence. So at the end of
And
the day,
so,
if
how
I
do people know if they have an influence or not?
that they have an audience. So that's basically it. That you're creating engagement with an audience. So the amount of people that ask me what camera I should get, people ask me that all day, every day. What's the best entry level camera? What camera should I get? I had that question twice yesterday, and I'm probably gonna have it a couple times today as well. Um, it the amount of money that I've sent Sony is ridiculous.
We need to get you an
We
influencer or
need to get
something.
an influencer deal with them.
Yeah.
And
Work
there's
on
there's
that.
different aspects and different
Yeah.
ways, and we can dive into creating affiliate accounts and things like that.
Yes.
We're still working on our course, and we're putting together some different tips and secrets that are really next level. However, making sure that one, you're in a targeted audience, and two, that you're actually influencing. So when you're coming together with a pitch, you're showcasing that, hey, I have a audience of X amount of people, and this is the industry that I'm in, and it would match up perfectly with your brand. So if you're doing makeup, I can get X amount of people viewing my content, and that X amount of people will lead to X amount of sales because my viewers really understand and they listen to what I'm saying.
Right.
So being able to actually create that influence is key to positioning yourself as more appealing to land those campaigns, etc. So, Crystal had a comment. My sales went up after people saw me posting myself at Sunday brunch event. Yes, I'm down to earth. Yes, I keep it real. Yes, I'm all about my business and still have fun. Exactly.
Hashtag balance, yes. And
Exactly.
you're welcome,
Exactly.
Jessica. And you know what though? Everything you said was definitely on point. And also I want to add this point to you guys. Um when you this means that as an influencer or as a CEO, right? Because we're becoming CEOs, not just side hustlers, right? As
Hmm.
a CEO, it's important for you to pay attention to your insights and your analytics because that's how you know that you have this influence, right?
Absolutely.
Find ways to track your links and track your sales and see how your people are engaging. As well as, listen, I know that we see like celebrities have millions of followers or somebody that has a thousands of followers or whatever. Don't be intimidated by that. Look at their engagement rate. They might have 20 million followers and only get 1,000 likes. Like, look at their engagement rate. That is going to help if you're comparing being doing a competitive analysis between yourself and a major brand. Look at their engagement rate and then look at your engagement rate, and then you can judge from there. Don't assume that just because they have this many followers that they have the engagement. You never know, your pool can be stronger sometimes because of who you are in your brand and how people align to you. And
Absolutely.
this is why I tell people,
That's a
don't
very good point.
yeah, don't just try to catapult your people from this business to this business because they might not be the same customer.
Right.
Generate them authentically, and like he said, find your niche and get into it and generate those clients authentically, so that way you know they're going to engage. You might only start with 2 followers, but if you get 2 likes, that's 100% engagement. You see what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Absolutely.
Versus somebody who has 1,000 followers and they only get 2 likes.
Absolutely.
You know, so
Absolutely. And it's very key. Be very careful, like you said, about comparing yourself to other people,
yes,
because you don't know what they're going through.
right.
I think there was a story on there was something that went viral. I think it was somebody that was really famous, had a million something followers,
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't sell 20 T-shirts on the Teespring.
I saw that.
And
Yeah.
you got to understand why people are following you and what people are paying attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if I was to position myself to sell photography lighting equipment, it would make sense, even though I don't have a huge following.
Mm-hmm.
People that see my work and they see the lighting and things like that, and they appreciate it and they want to create the lighting like that,
Mm-hmm.
they would buy lighting from me.
Right.
They probably wouldn't buy
Makeup
makeup
or high heels
or high heels
or
from me
pumps
or pumps. It wouldn't make any sense.
or no, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't make any sense. So you want to make sure that whatever you're selling matches your brand and your messaging.
And they wouldn't come to me and buy lighting because I have no clue about it except find the right light, especially outside,
There
and
it
then
is.
bam,
And
that's all
then
I know.
boom.
I don't know nothing about these.
Yeah. So being
Yeah.
able to make sure that you're positioning yourself in the right category is clutch as well.
Y'all, we about to go. Did y'all hear how his voice just went real deep? He got serious.
You
I
go, you
want
go.
y'all to pay attention to that. When he
I
get
know.
real
You be
serious,
pointing that out.
he brought down the hair. You know, I
Yeah.
can't even do it, but you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, storytelling and telling your brand story is going to catapult your brand to unseen levels, to increasing your engagement, increasing your sales, becoming transparent and visible, transparent and vulnerable. They're gonna change your business. I promise you. You know what I mean? And don't tell. I'm not saying be like Tyrese and be crying all over the camera and stuff like that. Remember he was doing that. I'm not saying do that. But I'm saying tell your story from a
What else do
power.
you want from me? Dang, bruh.
Tell
I'm
your
going through
story
it.
from a positive place without embarrassing yourself or anyone else that's connected to the story.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean that.
Facts.
Don't
Facts.
embarrass other people.
Yeah.
All right.
Facts. All right. All right. All right. Yes, I learned this from Vernice Conceited Bell. Isn't she amazing? Yeah,
Yes.
very
I
knowledgeable. Very
love it,
knowledgeable
honey.
individual.
Yeah.
In the power colors of red as well. All right.
Jessica says you remember that. She remember
Yeah, the
Tyrese
Tyrese.
crying.
Yeah. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people do.
Yeah, but not for good reason.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not gonna get him no gigs.
He can't sell me no lighting. And matter of fact, when they were talking about the next rest his soul Chadwick, they were talking about the next
Black Panther.
Black Panther, and somebody posted on Twitter, "Tell Tyrese we said no." So I was like, "Geez, they was
Yeah.
giving him a hard time." Tell Tyrese we said no. So
Oh man.
definitely,
Poor Tyrese.
definitely take care of your brand. And definitely make sure that you're being concise and you're being clear and you're being consistent about who you are and what you stand for.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I think we covered a lot today.
I
We
think we
talked
did
about
too.
messaging. We
Mhm.
talked about like your logo and being consistent.
Mhm.
Um, continuity.
Yes.
We spoke about a lot of different things, and we'll get some more details on it. Definitely leave a comment. What else would you like to know about? To have a conversation about? What else would you like to learn as far as when it comes to marketing and branding and production as well?
You know what?
Um,
I think we should do a show where you're cooking. Like, you know how to cook?
I dabble.
Okay, I think we should bring the setup like and then like have you like chef for the day and something like that. I think that would yo.
I don't know if that would match up to my brand, but
But it'd
all
be
right,
fun.
it would, it would, it would.
Maybe if we maybe now this would align. Maybe if we found a chef that was willing to cook for us or show us something, that would be fun because then we could talk to the chef about their brand. Boom.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's what we hear. Yeah.
I just really like food, but whatever.
You started this show talking about food, and we gonna end it talking about food. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching and paying attention and engaging and asking questions and dealing with all of our foolery as well.
I don't know
So
who he's talking about.
you was the main part of that foolery.
Anyways, um, you guys were amazing today. Thank you for all the likes, the shares, the comments. Thank you for the engagement and the reaching out. Thank you. Okay, thank you in advance. Thank you for all the people that's watching the replay, #replay, so that we know you saw it. Okay.
Hmm.
Peace.
And you ain't just gonna end my show like
No,
that.
I just was saying bye. Bye, y'all. This is your
You ain't
show.
just gonna...
You the closer. But can I say bye? Because they was loving me today. They gave me
They
some
was,
love.
they was. I ain't gonna lie.
Golly.
Go ahead and do your thing. Take us out.
I just said bye.
Oh,
I was done.
that's it. That's how.
No,
we do
you.
it.
This is not my show. This is your show.
This is our show. This is
This is your land. This is my land. Anyways, I was just saying my little piece. I just wanted to tell them because they were so sweet to me today. They told me 2 movie titles, even though you were trying to act like I didn't know what I was talking about. They told me the movie title, the name of that thought show, got show, whatever you want to call it.
Thought show.
With
the thoughts, the dragon thoughts,
with the cup.
the thought princess. Is that
I don't know.
the show?
I didn't watch it. All I know is I saw one episode. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and we gonna go. But I saw one episode, and that little kid was climbing up the fence or something like that, and then he fell down, and then some wolf was watching him, and I was like, "This is I don't want to see kids. This is
Where my real Game of Thrones fans at? Because she being real disrespectful. I feel like she disrespecting the show.
sorry, guys.
It's an amazing show.
I will never know."
But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and for watching. Yeah, until next time. I'm going to be talking about some more branding and marketing. All right, y'all. Peace.
Did you hit the button?
I didn't hit the button.
Hit
I
button.
think they're still here.
Oh,
They're still watching.
hang up.
What? Hold on. Wait. What happens if they want to?
Just hang up. Why you just press the end button? This is how you was acting in the beginning. Just press it.
We still got like 2 minutes left.
No, we
1
don't.
minute.
One.
All right, cool.
Press it now.
Now?